In our previous class we started how participants saw civil disobedience movement. In our previous class we started how participants saw the movement, that means civil disobedience movement. जो लोग थे, जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स थे, सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट को किस तरह देख रहे थे. इन दैट वी हैव डिस्कस्ड रिच पीजेंट्स एंड पुअर पीजेंट्स. Rich peasants, they were in the countryside. Rich peasants, mainly the community of Patidars of Gujarat and Jats of Uttar Pradesh, were active in civil disobedience movement. That means rich peasants supported civil disobedience movement because being producers of commercial crops, they were very hard hit by the trade depression and falling prices. As their cash income disappeared, they found it impossible to pay the government's revenue demands. So, and the refusal of the government to reduce the revenue demand led to widespread resentment. These rich peasants became supporters of civil disobedience movement, organizing their communities and at times forcing reluctant members to participate in the boycott programs. For them, the fight for Swaraj was a struggle against high revenues. But they were deeply disappointed when the movement was called off in 1931 without the revenue rates being revised. So when movement was restarted in 1932, many of them refused to participate. That means rich peasants were active participants in civil disobedience movement because due to economic depression देयर कैश इनकम ड्विंडल, जो उनका कैश का इनकम था वो घट गया, काफ़ी कम हो गया. एंड दे वेयर नॉट इन पोजिशन टू पे रेवेन्यू टू द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट. सो दे डिमांडेड रिडक्शन ऑफ रेवेन्यू, बट द गवर्नमेंट वॉज नॉट रेडी टू reduce the reduce the so the British government was not ready to reduce the revenues of these peasants. So these rich peasants supported a civil disobedience movement. That means they actively supported civil disobedience movement. But Mahatma Gandhi called off civil disobedience मूवमेंट विदाउट फुलफिलिंग द डिमांड्स ऑफ रिच पीजेंट्स. रिच पीजेंट्स का जो डिमांड तो फुलफिल भी नहीं हुआ और उससे पहले ही मूवमेंट को वापस ले लिया गया. सो व्हेन द सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट वाज रीलॉन्च्ड, दे वर नॉट रेडी टू पार्टिसिपेट इन सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट. 1932 में जिस समय महात्मा गांधी के द्वारा फिर से सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट लॉन्च किया गया, उस समय जो रिच पीजेंट्स थे वो इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करने के लिए तैयार नहीं थे. द नेक्स्ट वाज ऑफ पुअर पीजेंट्स. द नेक्स्ट सोशल ग्रुप वाज ऑफ और कम्युनिटी वाज ऑफ पुअर पीजेंट्स. The poor peasantry or the poor peasants were not interested in the lowering of the revenue demand. Many of them were small tenants cultivating lands they had rented from landlords. Landlords means the rich peasants. As the depression continued and cash incomes dwindled, the small tenants found it difficult to pay their rent to the jamindars or rich peasants. They wanted the unpaid rent to the landlords or the rich peasants to be remitted. They joined a variety of radical movements, often led by the socialists and communists. Apprehensive of raising issues that might upset the rich peasants and landlords, the Congress was unwilling to support no rent campaigns in most places. So the relationship between the poor peasants and the Congress remained uncertain. Poor peasants were cultivating the lands of rich peasants and they were giving the revenue to the rich peasants. When economic depression started, they faced difficulty in paying revenue to the rich peasants, and they wanted that during economic depression, the poor peasants found it difficult to pay the revenue of rich peasants. So they want that the revenues to be remitted. जो जो गरीब किसान थे उनको वो लोग अमीर किसानों का जमीन लेकर रेंट पर उसमें खेती करते थे, उसको कल्टीवेट करते थे, और वो लोग टैक्स अमीर किसानों को ही देते थे. जब इकोनॉमिक डिप्रेशन स्टार्ट हुआ, सो द पुअर पीजेंट्स ऑल्सो फाउंड इट डिफिकल्ट टू पे द रेवेन्यूज ऑफ रिच पीजेंट्स. सो दे डिमांडेड द रिमिटेंस ऑफ रेवेन्यूज. वो चाहते थे कि जो रिच पीजेंट्स को जो रेवेन्यूज उनको देना पड़ता है वो न देना पड़े. सो दे स्टार्टेड नो रेंट कैंपेन्स. दैट मीन्स देयर कैंपेन or the demand of poor peasants was totally against the rich peasants. So Congress was not ready to support the no rent campaign of poor peasant. जो no rent campaign चल रहा था poor peasants का, rich peasants के अगेंस्ट में, उसको कांग्रेस सपोर्ट करने के लिए तैयार नहीं थी, और कांग्रेस फेवर करना चाहता था रिच पीजेंट्स को. सो he lost the support of poor peasants. So the poor peasants were not the active participants of civil disobedience movement. इसलिए जो poor peasants था वो civil disobedience movement में इनका जो participation था वो नहीं के बराबर था. The third group was that of business classes. जो तीसरा ग्रुप था वो बिजनेस क्लासेस का था. बिजनेस क्लासेस मतलब जो इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट्स एंड द ट्रेडर्स, जो बड़े बड़े बिजनेसमैन थे, जो ट्रेडर्स थे, इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट थे, दे केम अंडर बिजनेस क्लासेस. ड्यूरिंग द फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर, Indian merchants and industrialists had made huge profits and become powerful. Keen on expanding their businesses, they now reacted against colonial policies that restricted business activities. They wanted protection against import of foreign goods. To organize business in the businessmen, they wanted protection against imports of foreign goods, and they also formed Indian Industrial and Commercial Congress in 1920 and the Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industries, FICCI, FICCI, FICCI. FICCI was formed during that time in 1920, and it is existing till now. It was formed in 1927. जो फिक्की था, FICCI जो फिक्की था वो 1927 में ही फॉर्म किया गया था, और अभी तक वो उसका एग्जिस्टेंस है. It was led by prominent industrialists like Purushottam Das, Thakur Das, and G.D. Birla. The industrialists attacked colonial control over the Indian economy and supported the civil disobedience movement when it was first launched. They also gave financial assistance and refused to buy or sell imported goods. Most businessmen came to see Swaraj as a time when colonial restriction on business would no longer exist and trade and industry would flourish without constraints. But after the failure of Round Table Conference, business groups were no longer uniformly enthusiastic. They were apprehensive of the spread of militant activities and worried about prolonged disruption of business, as well as of the growing influence of socialism among the younger members of the Congress. That means the business classes previously supported civil disobedience movement. They were enthusiastic supporters of civil disobedience movement. They supported civil disobedience movement. They also gave help of money to the movement. पैसे से भी help की, because they want, because boycotting of foreign goods was going in civil disobedience movement. It enhanced their trade of Indian goods. They supported the civil disobedience movement, but the movement was like these peasants, the industrial, the business classes, also they supported the civil disobedience movement during the first phase, but during second phase the business classes were also not ready to support the civil disobedience movement because their demands were also not fulfilled. Mahatma Gandhi called back civil disobedience movement without fulfilling the demands of business classes like rich peasants. So they supported civil disobedience movement during the first phase, but during second phase they were not ready to support the civil disobedience movement. That means the case of rich peasants and business class, it was totally same. दोनों जो था वो एक ही तरह का उनका था. The next group was industrial workers. We can compare compare rich peasants with business classes, like that poor peasants with industrial workers. The Congress supported the demands of rich peasants and business classes, and it was not ready to support the demands of poor peasants against rich peasants and industrial workers against business classes or industrialists. So industrial workers, like poor peasants, were not also supporter of civil disobedience movement. They were not ready to support civil disobedience movement. That means they were not active participant of civil disobedience movement like poor peasant, because their demands, the demands of industrial workers, was totally against business classes, as the demands of poor peasants was totally against the rich peasants. So demands of industrial workers were totally against business classes or the industrialists. So the Congress was not ready to support the demands of industrial workers against business classes. The Congress supported the demands of business classes, not industrial workers, as the industrial working classes did not participate in civil disobedience movement in large numbers. That means the industrial working classes did not participate in the civil disobedience movement is in large numbers. As the industrialists came closer to the Congress, workers stayed aloof. जैसे ही business classes जो थे, industrialists थे, वो कांग्रेस के पास आना शुरू कर दिए. जो वर्कर्स थे वो कांग्रेस से दूर जाना शुरू कर दिए. बट इन स्पाइट ऑफ दैट, some workers did participate in civil disobedience movement, selectively adopting some of the ideas of Gandhian program, like boycott of foreign goods, as part of their own movements against low wages and poor working conditions. There were strikes by railway workers in 1930 and dock workers in 1932. In 1930, thousands of workers in Chota Nagpur wore Gandhian caps and participated in protest rallies and boycott campaigns. But the Congress was reluctant to include workers' demands as parts of its program of struggle. It felt that this would alienate industrialists and divide the anti-imperial forces. उनका मानना था, कांग्रेस का मानना था कि अगर हम इंडस्ट्रियल वर्कर्स के कॉज को सपोर्ट करेंगे तो जो बिजनेस क्लासेस है वो हमसे दूर चला जाएगा. इसी कारण से इंडस्ट्रियल वर्कर्स के डिमांड्स को कांग्रेस उठाने के लिए तैयार नहीं थी. इसलिए द इंडस्ट्रियल वर्कर्स वे नॉट द सपोर्टर्स और एक्टिव सपोर्टर्स ऑफ सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट. तो इस तरह से हम देखेंगे कि जो रिच पीजेंट्स था और जो बिजनेस क्लासेस था, इनका करीब करीब इन दोनों का जो तरीका था और कांग्रेस के साथ जो संबंध था वो बराबर था, एक तरह का था. उसी तरह से पुअर पीजेंट्स और इंडस्ट्रियल वर्कर्स का जो संबंध कांग्रेस के साथ था वो भी अलग तरह का था, एक ही तरह का था. इंडस्ट्रियल वर्कर्स का पुअर पीजेंट्स के जैसा कांग्रेस के साथ संबंध था, उसी तरह रिच पीजेंट्स का और बिजनेस क्लासेस का कांग्रेस के साथ एक तरह का संबंध था. द कांग्रेस वाज ready to support the demands of rich peasants and business classes, But Congress was not ready to support the demands of poor peasants and industrial workers. इसको सपोर्ट करने के लिए तैयार. The next group was that of women. जो अगला ग्रुप था वो था वुमेन का. They were the active participants of civil disobedience movement. उनका जो पार्टिसिपेशन था वो बिल्कुल एक्टिव था, लेकिन कांग्रेस नहीं चाहता था कि उनका एक्टिव पार्टिसिपेशन इसमें हो. कैसे? Another important feature of civil disobedience movement was the large scale participation of women. Women actively participated in civil disobedience movement in large number. During Gandhian Salt March, thousands of women came out of their homes to listen to him. They participated in protest marches. That means they participated in protest marches, manufactured salt, and they picketed foreign cloth and liquor shops. Many went to jail also. In urban areas, these women were from high caste families. In rural areas, they came from rich peasants households. That means in urban areas, and both from urban and rural areas, they belong mainly from the rich families. जो धनी परिवार था उसी से वो लोग बिलोंग करते थे. In rural areas, they came from rich peasants households. Moved by Gandhiji's call, they began to see service to the nation as a sacred duty of women. Yet, this increased public role did not necessarily mean any radical change in the way the position of women was visualized. Gandhiji was convinced that it was the duty of women to look after home and hearth, be good mothers and good wives. And for a long time, the Congress was reluctant to allow women to, and for a long time the Congress was reluctant to allow women to hold any position of authority within the organization. It was keen only on their symbolic presence. That means the women group supported and participated actively in civil disobedience movement. They participated in large numbers. They belong mainly to rich urban and rural families. But Gandhiji was of the view that there is no need of large number participation of women in the movement. He want only symbolic presence of women in different movements. According to him, the duty of woman, that means according to Mahatma Gandhi, the duty of woman was to look after home and the hearth. घर देखना उनकी सबसे बड़ी जिम्मेदारी है. Be good mothers and good wives. So, and for a long time, काफी दिनों तक, the Congress was reluctant to allow women to hold any position of authority within the organization. काफी लंबे समय तक ऑथोरिटी का कोई भी पोजीशन वुमेन को कांग्रेस में नहीं दिया गया था, बिकॉज कांग्रेस और महात्मा गांधी ओनली वांट देयर सिंबॉलिक प्रेजेंस. वो लोग चाहते थे कि वुमेन का सिर्फ सिंबॉलिक प्रेजेंस उसमें रहे, उनका लार्ज स्केल पार्टिसिपेशन की ज़रूरत नहीं है. नहीं तो इससे जो घर की जो व्यवस्था है वो गड़बड़ हो जाएगी, वो खराब हो जाएगी. इसलिए वो लोग घर में ही रहें, बच्चों की अच्छी तरह से देखभाल करें, घर की अच्छी तरह से देखभाल करें. उनके पार्टिसिपेशन की ज़रूरत नहीं है, सिर्फ सिंबॉलिक प्रेजेंस उनका काफ़ी है. तो इसलिए वो नहीं, महात्मा गांधी चाहते थे कि उनका लार्ज स्केल पे पार्टिसिपेशन हो. सो वी हैव कंप्लीटेड रिच पीजेंट्स, पुअर पीजेंट्स, बिजनेस क्लासेस, इंडस्ट्रियल वर्कर्स एंड वुमेन। इतना हम लोग कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं। नेक्स्ट टाइम में अगले टॉपिक को कंप्लीट करेंगे। थैंक यू।